crashing Willie's garage.
Ha!
Hello, Rhondas!
Rhondas!
Hey, welcome to Willie's Garage. This is the Easter episode of the Alf Recap Show. I'm Nick. I've been a lifelong Alf fan. George watching for the first time. And happy Easter, George.
How are you celebrating?
I don't know, just probably by resurrecting a savior or something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, it's springtime, and I was trying to think if Alf had done any Easter episodes, if he had ever appeared like in one of the Topps trading cards as like the Easter Bunny. I didn't really see much out there, but then I realized that Paul Fusco in 1983 directed and starred in and was a big part of a TV special called what was it called? Not Alf. It's just called An Easter Story. Pretty generic name, but it involves a lot of puppets, and it involves Paul Fusco doing at least two voices in it. Now, you previously played another one of these early TV specials, right?
Right.
What was that one? Was it Christmas?
I have no memory at all of what was on it.
Oh, it was a Valentine's Day one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a Valentine's Day one. So apparently, Paul Fusco, he did like local puppets on like local television, then got an opportunity to direct some national specials and like create this one. So this one is called An Easter Story, and see if you recognize some of the voices.
Work, son of a gun. We did it again. You guys think last Easter was fabulous. This one's gonna rattle your whiskers.
Miss Fifi, when you were made personnel manager, your job specifically stated you were to keep the chickens happy.
That's the trouble with happiness, big boy. You spread a little here, a little there, and before you know it,
always the Mae
out
West
of
voice.
control.
Control it. Force yourself.
Oh, yes, Mr. President. The shipment went out this morning. Special delivery.
It's almost like a combination between the construction worker rabbit and then the Easter Bunny here.
House lawn should be amply covered
Alf's
by
voice.
Sunday morning. Well, thank you, sir. You're very kind. I'm wearing it as we speak right now, sir. Yeah. And happy Easter to you, too.
There it is, produced by Paul Fusco. By the way, this is watchable on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Video, you can watch that, and the Valentine's Day special as well. So
Well, I know how I'm spending today.
exactly. So hopefully you can all watch that with your family. It's about a half hour long, and it's good. It has some songs in it that aren't super memorable. I think they could have done without the songs, but the puppets are good and the voices are good. So happy Easter from all of us here on Willie's Garage. But this isn't an Easter episode. I guess they didn't get the timing right for the episode we're going to watch today, where Brian is in a school play and he's nervous. And let's talk about it more in a Melmac recap.
Melmac recap. Melmac recap. Melmac.
This episode's called "It Ain't Easy Being Green," the Kermit the Frog song, and it aired on March 30th, 1987. This one, Brian is in a school play about vegetables, and he's an asparagus, and he's nervous about the play. And this wasn't the most memorable episode, but it was for one reason, and that is the asparagus costume. And actually the cold open. So let's talk about that. And then, George, you have a reveal about when this aired, right?
Yep.
Right. Let's just get into the cold open, this is what I remember about this episode more than anything.
Well, my name is Alf, and I'm stuck on Earth. I can't get back to my place of birth. Making the best of a bad situation. Think of it as an extended vacation. Yeah!
This is what rap is all about right here.
So we can say that March 30th, 1987 is when rap died. Is that correct?
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. No, I think it's when it was invented.
I like that still there.
That was a good still.
No, I didn't come here looking for trouble. I'm just here doing the alien shuffle. Take it, Lynn.
This would have been a year after the Super Bowl shuffle, which is, I didn't come here to cause no scuffle. I just came to do the Super Bowl shuffle. Chicago Bears. And then I was surprised to see Lynn here.
Well,
How do you do? My name is Lynn. I'm doing some rap with an alien.
Yeah.
He's kind of short, a little bit furry. I'd rap some more, but I'm in a hurry.
Good. Hey, look who's here. His name is Willie. Come rap with us. Let's all get silly.
I'd love to, Alf, but I'm gotta get ready. I just wanted to tell Lynn that her mother needed her.
That isn't even close to rhyming.
I wasn't trying. Alf.
Good. I like
Come
Willie's.
out now if you want.
Hey, Willie, come here. Listen to this. Let me know when this gets irritating, okay?
Wait, you don't often see Lynn's bedroom. I like the details here.
Let me...
There's like a ceramic mask on the wall. There's some like pictures of mimes. I don't know what's going on.
It looks like a Bed Bath and Beyond or something.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like things are for sale there.
Yeah, but they have the Rebel Without a Cause poster.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this part, I forgot that this part was right after this rap too.
Let me know when this gets irritating, okay?
Now! It's irritating almost at once.
So that is a Melmacian mating call, we find out. And I think that comes back later in the series too.
Well, so I was watching this last night, and it was late. I was putting IKEA furniture together, and the volume was kind of loud for 1 a.m. And when that came on, that was so loud coming out of my computer, that sound, and I was covered in, I was holding a bunch of pieces of cheap lumber and couldn't get to my computer.
It actually shocked you so much, and maybe woke up some neighbors and things like that.
Yes, with a Melmacian mating call.
It does sound like kind of like a car alarm, but I liked it. I liked that he was just straight up irritating Willie right out of the gate. It didn't come back though. I thought it might be like a runner, but it wasn't. So let's talk about when this aired. Well, go ahead, George.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say, hopefully a viewer can set that rap to like a really dope beat.
Oh, Joe Blevins, I'm looking in your direction. He's the one who did our Alf Tattoo song. Maybe a remix is in order? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this aired, as we've said, on the 30th, and it went up against the Barbara Walters special, and then that night it was like prestige programming of the Academy Awards. Yes. Now let's see what Alf was the lead in to a film called Stone Fox, 1987. I'm thinking this has to be one of those like Marky Post or Crystal Bernard's films that are soft core, maybe there's a scene of them in a bikini or something.
Right.
Oh, how wrong I was. Stone Fox starred Buddy Ebsen. Little Willie must win a dog sled race in order to save his grandfather's cattle ranch.
It's not like the Samantha Fox story or something. That's what I was hoping for. Buddy Ebsen movie?
But it got a 22 share, so I don't know.
It killed. I mean, the Academy Awards did slightly better, but that's still pretty good for that.
Doubled, about doubled the ratings. But it
Buddy Ebsen
crushed Cagney and Lacey.
Oh yeah, they didn't stand a chance against that Ebsen movie. All right, so here's the episode we're talking about. Basically, that was the cold open, but then we find out that Willie is writing a song for the Brian's school play. And I think that Max Wright, the actor who played Willie, can actually play piano because they use it in a lot of episodes. So let's take a look at him workshopping. It's a regular Elton John, Bernie Taupin, all rolled into one.
Oh, Kate, I changed this lyric here. You want to listen to this? Asparagus, asparagus, put on your table. Asparagus, asparagus will make you feel more able.
What was the change you made?
Oh, I changed, according to Aunt Mabel, I changed to will make you feel more able.
I liked Aunt Mabel better.
I thought you were watching Wheel of Fortune.
I am. Buy a vowel!
I guess maybe there's another word that rhymes with table. There's grable, gable, fable, fable.
Willie, this is a show for first graders, and it's tonight. I don't think I'd make any more big changes.
What do you think about Lynn's, it's not a windbreaker. I guess it's just
Kate.
Kate, not Lynn. But look at there's like, is that 5 layers she's wearing? It's like a blue shirt, a green shirt. Oh, that's measuring tape. That's not a pink shirt. And then I guess a top underneath that. So
Right, but this is why we do Willie's Garage, is because we have a lot of questions while we're watching them, and we can resolve them by looking at this frame by frame.
Yeah, I think that might be
more able. It stays.
Fine. You're the writer.
Okay, so it turns out the drama here is the stakes are not very high. Basically, Brian is being teased by his co-Asparagus, Spencer, who's an annoying kid, played by an actor named Joshua Rudoy, who he's the kid from Harry and the Hendersons. I couldn't place him. Then I'm like, aha, Harry and the Hendersons. He was that kid. And Alf gives Brian a pep talk and a lucky tooth to get him through his nervousness, but Brian forgets it. And in the end, Brian is the one who ends up convincing Spencer to go out there and be brave. And here's the final performance featuring an actor whose voice you might recognize.
And now, at long last, the Asparagus.
That was Marsha Wallace. We'll talk about her in a little bit.
Come on, you can do it.
He's not supposed to be bad here. I think this is just how he sang.
For you to eat. We'll make your body strong and lean. Our flavor can be beat.
And of course, that was Marsha Wallace, the voice of Miss Krabappel on The Simpsons, among others.
So, so she appeared on 2 episodes of Alf as Mrs. Lyman, the school principal. And this is from earlier in the episode, a few moments before, where 2 garlic are singing.
Yes.
Now, she had a long career in stage and television. An early appearance was when she sold Jan a wig in an early Brady Bunch episode.
Oh, wow.
She then went on to fame on the classic sitcom The Bob Newhart Show.
Yep.
I mean, that alone, if you appear on one big show, that's a career, But she did a lot of things.
And I think 2 episodes ago, we had the other 2 guys in the photo also were in an Alf episode.
Right. And so she also appeared on Full House. I didn't know that because I've never seen an episode. I know you've seen every episode.
Yep. But that's for a different rewatch series.
Yes, but as you said, she Miss Krabappel, not Mrs. In just a great character. I really felt bad for her in this episode, Bart the Lover, where he tricks her. She just did a great job with the voice. It was not a one-note character. She added dimensionality to Miss Krabappel.
Yes.
And I doubt it's a coincidence, though, that Peter Bonners, who directed this episode, was also on the Bob Newhart show with her. So I'm sure he was like having his friends come back for,
Yeah, that's how it works in Hollywood. Yeah, and Marsha Wallace died in 2013, but amazing. An underrated performance that played on all her sitcom experience was in that show, That's My Bush. The I think underrated show that made fun of sitcoms about, despite the dumb title, where George W. Bush, and she played the maid, the sassy maid that the Bushes had in the White House.
Yeah,
So,
I saw one episode. I haven't seen it since. It must have been in 2001 because the show went off after 9/11.
it did, yeah. I have it on DVD. I think there's only 6 episodes, but it's funny. It actually is very, very funny. So it's worth a rewatch. Marsha Wallace is great in that. So, one final thing about this episode is that at the very end, it's another one of those. I don't know. It's almost a serious ending, like we watched a couple weeks ago. They do these occasionally, even when, like, this episode didn't really call for a serious ending. But I guess Alf, when he saw that Brian had forgotten his lucky tooth, was calling a cab, I guess, to take him to the theater to deliver the tooth. And Kate notices that.
You were very concerned about Brian. I think that was very sweet.
You want to hug me, don't you?
Maybe we could start with a handshake.
Deal.
Why?
I feel ridiculous.
Okay, then you got that little coda at the end. But okay, here's the reason why I included that. I think that this is going to be my Halloween costume this year. It's going to be Alf, my Alf costume, but with an asparagus costume that I will make over it.
That sounds great. And earlier in the episode, there's a running joke that the costumes are not good, but I thought the costumes were great. People said people keep guessing they're different ones.
Yeah.
I said broccoli. Nobody would mistake that for broccoli.
No, that is 100% asparagus, and clearly the props department had fun making that. So I only hope to be that good with that costume. And maybe that will inspire you to make a costume of your own. Maybe you could be a garlic if you want to for Halloween.
I think that I worry about that garlic costume because it's sort of like a white sheet that has a pointy top. I don't see
what could go wrong, George. I think that's perfectly acceptable. All right. Other notable things that I noticed about this episode that Alf reveals on Melmac that they dress as vegetables only in periods of mourning. Another Melmac fact. And then this is the first time he reveals that his name's Gordon. He tells a Melmac story about a time he was in a play and got nervous and somebody gave him a tooth on Melmac and he reveals his name was Gordon and Brian can't believe his name is Gordon. So a big historic moment in Alf history.
Now, according to my notes here, episode 7, he revealed that his name was Gordon Shumway, but maybe they didn't reveal it to other characters.
To Brian, yeah. You know what? We should relook at that. But yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's. I think it's when they're on that one. They're on Melmac, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's when the audience finds out. But I think the family hadn't found out.
All right.
So Brian finds out here. Good clarification though. That's why I'm glad you're here along for this ride, George. Don't go anywhere. All right, Alf crap time.
Ba-da-dum, da-dum, 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 Alf crap.
Okay, George, what do you got for us this week?
Well, this is I found on eBay. I believe this is an Alf dress, but I don't know. I feel like this could very well be somebody cut up a T-shirt.
Yes, and then put it on a vintage dress.
Yeah,
but it's still fine enough to be married in, I think.
Absolutely
gorgeous.
I don't know when Allie's birthday is, but
it almost looks like it could be a vacuum cleaner cover because we've seen those before and they do look like Alf dresses. Actually, I think this is what that looks like actually. So just happen to have it. It's got all my Alf crap right next to me in the bedroom here. So all right, there's Alf's very long dress for the vacuum cover. All right, Alf crap for me this week. I've got some visual stuff I'm going to show, not some in-person stuff. This first one is an Alf sweatshirt I've had my eye on for a while, but you can see the price is $170. I've hearted this on Etsy. This is, I don't know if this is officially licensed, but take a look. This is Alf with the guitar and some, this is not an Alien production at all. Look at that. It's incredible. You got lightning coming out of the guitar.
That's an expensive feature for any guitar.
All right. Well, I just got to save up $170, or maybe
I love the description.
Obsolete obscure, yeah.
Well, no. Insane vintage 80s.
Yeah.
I agree.
Clinically insane. Yeah. All right. What else do you have, George?
Well, in my another installment of Alf Cakes, we have this one, just plain 30. But for me, it's the actual Alf is really something.
It kind of looks more like the warthog from The Lion King or something. It's and that's fondant, I believe, is the Alf, which is barely edible. But
I don't know if they could sue over this because
not
I don't
close
feel
enough.
I don't feel like no judge would say, well, that's Alf.
Fusco's got nothing on that one. No, trail went cold. All right, next up, I've got another visual Alf thing. This is this is a fun. So it's Easter. I just found this family did a blog about an Easter that they had, and And the little boy got an Alf for Easter, and he decides that even in the formally posed Alf picture, by the way, Elodie Johnson posted this. She's the grandmother here. He posed with his little Alf doll. So one person has a bunny, it's Easter, but little boy didn't want to part with his Alf doll, which I thought was very sweet. It's an Alf Easter memory.
And my each week I show an Alf tattoo.
Why did I get me an Alf tattoo? What kind of trauma was I going through? Instead of Papa Smurf or Mr. Magoo, I got an Alf tattoo. Alf tattoo. I have to hide it in job interviews, and now I'm singing the Melmacian blues 'cause of my Alf tattoo.
All right, one of my favorite segments. What do we got?
This is the most interesting one yet, I think.
Really?
It's a NoFX tattoo with Alf. I have not been able to find any link between NoFX and Alf.
No, and he's got the anti-cross shirt on.
Yeah, it's
a hat that flips up California style like that.
Yeah, there's a lot to this, and I think in a previous Alf tattoo segment, you conjectured that Alf with a Guitar Hero guitar was a person combining their interests, and that could well be what's happening here.
I think that's exactly what we're looking at. I want to point out one more thing, though. Is one thing I hate about photos of tattoos is how they, especially on a man, where they have to shave their body hair, and you just see the stubble, whatever this is, like back of leg stubble. It's just gross. It's pretty raw, usually red. It's unpleasant to look at, but pretty good shading on the tattoo.
Well, I always wonder about that because the hair grows back. So what is a tattoo? I mean, I don't.
You either have to continue shaving it, or which a lot of people do, or you just kind of have a duller tattoo because the hair grows through it. So yeah.
All right.
Okay, my last piece of Alf. This was everyone's talking about the Mars rover and everything, and somebody posted last year. I guess he's like a science renders like scientific things for NASA and other organizations. And so he posted this in May of last year. He said, this is Mark Rober, said, when I was at NASA, I created this image from our CAD model of the rover before it launched. The media loved it, and now it's one of the top images when you Google the Curiosity rover, but they never found proof of aliens on Mars. Alf was right there the whole time. So here's what he put in as a little Easter egg, and nobody noticed it. This is the image that was still on the Wikipedia page. But look at, he put Alf in the Mars rock. I don't know if you, here, let me zoom in. So this is, when you can do this for NASA, major props to Mark Rober. This is an incredible piece of work there for your CAD modeling for NASA. NASA!
And we've set back science another 500 years.
No, we've set it
putting
forward.
Pop culture characters into. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's how you look at it.
Next week on Willie's Garage, Kate's mother, Ann Mira, is back, and she's got a gambling addiction. And we have another special guest star that I was very excited to see at an episode of Alf. But you'll have to wait till next week to find out. Anything going on, George?
I think there's only 2 words we can say.
Bite wind.
Bite wind.
Crashing Willie's Garage.